for people trying to maybe reach you, or what kind of catches your eye in the social networks? Is it those loyal followers that?
Honestly, I respond to a lot of people. Like when people say they're new, I usually try to send a quick like, "Hey, welcome aboard." Part of the excitement is knowing we're really going to talk to you. So if you're ready, I'd say everything catches. The fastest way to catch my eyes when people put my name in the post, because a lot of times you're skimming through volume. But I think it'd be safe to say I look at every Facebook post. So no matter what you're writing, I'm probably going to see it. So you don't really have to do too much to catch my attention. Twitter, the same thing. I think Twitter's a little more limited. I think our audience is a little more active on Facebook. So Twitter, you're definitely going to hear back because I don't get as many posts. So that's easy. But with Facebook, it's anything. When people want to know, sometimes it takes me a while. Like someone will ask a question, and it might be 2 days, but then I'll get back to them, and they're like, "Oh, I thought you forgot." So I get there. It's just sometimes that the answer I have isn't right at my fingertips, so I don't get back to them until I have it. But really, just getting on the website, you're going to get something.
Do you think that it's helped differentiate yourself in a way to, I don't know, just kind of personal brand?
Personal brand? I think definitely, because this was new for our show, and it was also new in some ways for the business. Like we were some of the first people to be doing this, and I think the fact that we created immediately, Sarah's the internet, she's the one, it started with me doing segments teaching people, and then it became, now she's talking to you. So I think my whole branding started online with my Twitter account, with my Facebook. As we venture into GoWalla and Foursquare, my presence is felt more online in some ways than it ever would, and I think that's where the business is headed. So in a way, I've also put my focus there. You've got a lot of people that are here for television broadcasting, and they're like these legendary people. I started online. When people ask me to do a web special or whatever, like my pride is there. Like I think it's where we're headed. It's where I was in a way made, and it's where I feel like I'm in my zone. So definitely it's changed the whole perspective in regard to my personal brand.
You think that media is kind of headed in that, do you think that too will
even
melt?
The fact that if you would have asked a couple of years ago that people would be staring at the computers and their television at the same time, which is like a marketer's dream in regard to getting eyeballs in a sense. We're headed to those being even one step closer. The fact that we even have them next to each other, eventually I think they will mold and mesh and it will be one place. I think we're headed towards that one-stop shop. We're seeing it happen from everything from now with like TiVo HDs and stuff where you can check for Twitter and your Facebook. I think we're starting to dance. It's almost like squares in the sky. They're all starting to get closer, and it's soon going to start to like just be one place.
Yeah.
So I would say that's definitely where things are headed. So I feel honored if there's any presence online. What used to be, well, that's just online. To me, I'm like, it's online. It's a totally different tone. It's where everything is right now.
As Sarah mentioned, they really are monitoring their social networks. And while this may not be true of all news institutions, we're seeing it more and more, and more of them are seeing the value in it. So what does this mean to you? Well, you now have the potential to have your voice heard, either by sharing a story idea, interesting news, or a trend that you've come across that you think they would be interested in, by joining the conversation, and you could even have your comment read on air, as they do with the Today Show. Or you could even be called upon as a source for a feature story. So take advantage of the fact that now this barrier is slowly coming down, and start interacting with the media. But just remember to keep it relevant, because spamming will always work against you. So the question of the week, have you been communicating with media, and have you seen any results? So we'd love to hear your comments, and thanks again for tuning in.